All right, joining us now, a fellow product of a relationship with Toyota. We've got a Toyota deal. Brock's got a Toyota deal. I have a feeling Brock's Toyota deal is a little better than our Toyota deal. Brock, welcome. How are you? Brock Purdy, 49ers quarterback. Good to see you.
Doing good. Thanks for having me, man.
Tell us what you have going on with Toyota, because I'll forget if I don't ask it right out of the gates.
Oh, yeah. No, they're the best. They got a Toyota giveaway this Sunday, the NBC Sunday night football game. And so what you can do as a fan, you can go online during the second half and predict plays. So go to toyota.com/NFL and click on their Toyota game day giveaways. And you have a chance to predict plays and then obviously win one of my favorite Toyota cars, the Sequoia. So it's pretty sweet.
So you drive a Sequoia? Do you drive one?
Correct. Yep.
And the Toyota thing, like, this is just the outgrowth of what has become a phenomenon for you personally. Last pick in the draft in 2022. It's very well established. And as we get to the playoffs, I noticed the other day, of the 14 teams that are still alive, 12 of the teams have starting quarterbacks that were first-round picks. How much motivation do you still take today from the fact that you waited as long as you did to get the phone call from the 49ers back in 22?
Man, I was real about it. Going into the draft, I knew I wasn't going to go first, second, or even really third round. Hopefully, fourth round at best. And all I ever needed was an opportunity. So I never, looked at it and got mad about, all these teams passed up on me. For me, I was just like, man, I just need a shot. If I get an opportunity, I want to go make the most of it and go live out my dream of playing in the NFL. So that's how I've looked at it. It's been a cool story, yes, but I don't look at it like, man, all these first round quarterbacks in the playoffs and I'm not one of them. Like it's all good. It's all about what you do now with the opportunity that you have at hand. So,
I mean, basically you've proven you're one of them. It doesn't matter how you got there, you're there. And whether it's first round, seventh round, fourth round, or undrafted, you're there and that's your focus.
Correct. Yeah. It doesn't matter how you get there. It's what you do when you get there. So that's how I've looked at it every single day since I've been here in the NFL and with the Niners. So I'm grateful, but at the same time, still got the chip on my shoulder to go prove myself right every day. So
we've seen plenty of guys who entered the NFL in round one. It doesn't pan out because every time you level up in football, it's a different speed. It's a different reality. The windows get smaller. I'm always curious to know when a guy had that moment, practice, game, whenever, where you made a throw, you did something, and it just flickers in your brain, I belong here. Do you remember the Brock Purdy, I belong here moment?
Yeah, I think, one of them was at training camp and, I only had 2 reps at the end of each period. So on a normal day, I'm getting maybe 6 to 8 reps. And there was one period where I made like a 15-yard out throw to my left, and it was on a dime, and it was a pretty well thrown ball on time right out of the receiver's break, and he toe tapped it on the sideline. And I remember like some guys look back, and I was like, all right, like, I'm getting some guys' attention. And then as practice ended, we're all walking in, and I remember seeing Trent Williams and Fred Warner, talking like, I can't wait for this preseason game to watch Purdy play. And so I think like that was like a moment for me where I was like, okay, like I'm turning some heads here. And, my own teammates are recognizing my kind of game. So that was a little moment for me, like confidence wise, like, all right, I think I could do this.
When did you feel that kind of confidence from your head coach, Kyle Shanahan, for the first time?
Yeah, I think, honestly, I think once I made the team, like I never really knew all throughout camp and stuff, like how he felt about me or anything. Once I made the team, he came walking in the quarterback room and congratulated me. And he's like, you made it hard on us, and now we're going to keep 3 quarterbacks, and that's props to you, man. So I was like, all right, so like this guy, believes in me. And then as Jimmy became the starter and I was the backup, just him talking to me and always, encouraging me, I was like, all right, this guy believes in me. So when I did get in against Miami and then against Tom Brady the next game against the Bucs, like Kyle built me up, and I could just tell like he had faith in me. So
you guys have had a great performance during your time as a starting quarterback. This year was a different kind of year, but you recover from the injury. You're back, 6 straight wins heading into the game Saturday night. I thought that the 49ers would win. Of course, I never know what, and that's part of the beauty of the NFL. Nobody ever knows until you go out and play the game. But now you've had a few days removed from Saturday night. Any thought on what went wrong against the Seahawks, given that the offense, which has been prolific most of the year, wasn't able to really get on track?
Yeah, I think, I said it after the game, and I still believe in it. Just the third down conversions. If you can't stay on the field, especially against a good defense like that, and they're going to create some momentum for their team if they get off the field, and then their offense can go and do what they did, and they just control the clock. It's hard, to overcome that and win. So that's something that, I'm just hard on myself, and moving forward, it's like, man, how can you find ways to convert on third down, stay on the field, and then go from there, obviously, to go get points. But that's something that we've been so good at all year, converting on third downs and making these long drives happen and converting points off of them. And we just failed to do that on Saturday. So we got to learn from it and be better, going up against Philly.
And Brock, in a long NFL season, you get some strange scheduling quirks. You guys faced Seattle week 1, saw them again the final week of the season. What differences did you notice from week 1 to week 18 in the Seattle defense?
Honestly, man, pretty similar. We knew them even last year with their style of play and with McDonald taking over the reins of the whole team and their defense especially. It's a hard defense to run the ball. I thought we ran the ball the first game a little bit better just in terms of the amount of runs we got. I think we had like 30-something runs. This last game, we only had, I think, 13 to 14 runs. So they did a good job stopping the run. And I just feel like their coverage got pretty, like, throughout the season, they did a really good job of all playing together. Their secondary, their linebackers, dropping back into zones and being where they needed to be and making it hard for, the quarterback to go through progressions and stay on track. They did a really good job with that. So I think they just got better, from game 1 to the end of the season.
Christian McCaffrey was dealing with injuries for much of last year. This year, he made it wire to wire. When you hand the ball to him, do you just kind of like marvel at what happens next?
Yeah. He's a baller, man. It's just in terms of how tough he is, what he can do for an offense, the Christian effect. You got 2 guys usually in man coverage that go with him and take him. So it can open up some other guys, but just the toughness of when we do hand him the ball off and how he fights and scratches and claws for every yard and spins off guys. And, he'll go out for a play and then come back and do it again. Like he's a guy that's done it his whole career. He can run the ball, catch the ball. He's a man. So to be able to play with the man is pretty sweet.
What did it mean Saturday night to not have left tackle Trent Williams, and how important will it be to have him back for the playoff game?
Yeah, it'd be huge. Obviously, just what he brings to the table for our offense, and I think Austin Pleasance did a great job stepping in. But obviously, Trent is a Hall of Famer, and just his presence of being there in the run game, the pass game, you just feel him out there, and his leadership in the locker room and stuff too. He's a guy that everyone gets behind, and we follow his lead. So to have him back for the playoffs is going to be huge.
What jumps out to you, Brock, when you look at the Philadelphia defense on tape?
Yeah, really good front. I think it starts with their front. A lot of talent across the board there. They go hard, and their secondary as well. Like they got guys that all play together. I think Vic Fangio's done a good job with, coaching them up, and they're just detailed across the board. They've done a good job with shutting down offenses all year, getting off the field on third down, and then attacking you in terms of their front. Getting after quarterbacks. So got to be disciplined. Got to be able to go through my reads and find a way to win.
You had that extended period of time where Mac Jones was playing. You were overcoming the turf toe. That's one of those injuries that people hear. And I remember when I first heard it when I was kids, like, that doesn't sound very bad. And then you have it and you realize it's a serious injury. But given the fact that you missed as much time as you did and you're back now and everything's fine, do you feel actually fresher at this stage of the season than you have in the past?
I mean, I've played, 7 games or so now since being back. So, I mean, football is football, man. And it doesn't matter. If you've played 1 or 2 games, like you can go through a game and get hit and then feel it the next day. So, where I'm at right now at the end of the season, I'm very thankful to be in a good spot health-wise with my toe healed up and whatnot. But, seasons in the past too, once you get towards the end, you feel a little lethargic and all the hits and stuff, they add up. But you find a way. Once you get into the playoffs and stuff, you find a way. So I feel good. Mac did a great job stepping in and playing and then allowing me to have time to heal up my toe. So the toe feels good. So overall, I feel really good.
Shoulder's good. Stinger the other night. Kyle Shanahan said after the game, everything was fine. Not an issue going into Saturday.
Yeah. Obviously it sucked finishing the game with that and having that. But yeah, woke up next day and today it feels great. So,
you've got some colorful personalities on your team, and I love George Kittle. We've known him since he first got into the league. We visit with him at the Super Bowl pretty much every year, except the year that you guys are in it. Is there ever a time where you just want to say, George, just like, can we reel it in just a little bit? Because he's always like up here. Is there ever a time, because you're around him all the time, do you ever just want to say, George, man, just give me a few minutes here. I can't do this today.
Yeah. He's always talking, always bringing energy, and we need that with our offense and around the building. We love it. So we appreciate him for that. But, there are some times where I'm like, hey, bro, I need to breathe real quick. And before I leave the building or something, I'm like, just George is always there talking, which is great. He brings a lot of great advice and things on and off the field. But he's just like a brother to me. Sometimes you need some time to decompress and be away from each other a little bit, but I love that guy. So,
and I do say it tongue in cheek. I love the personality, and it's better to have it than to not have it. It's always easier to try to reel it in. Although with some guys, there's no off switch. It's that way all the time. I want to run something by you. I said this last week, and I want to see if you agree with me. You strike me as Clark Kent, who becomes Superman. There's no doubt about it. The play against the Bears where you did the Josh Allen thing, stop, start, this, that, touchdown, pass to Kyle, you should get a thing of beauty, MVP level stuff. But when you become Superman, you still kind of seem like Clark Kent. Do you agree or disagree with that assessment?
I'm not really sure what you mean. When you become Superman, you're still Clark Kent.
You've got a very calm demeanor at all times. That we always eat the Tom Brady with the let's go and the veins popping out of his neck. Like, you still are very chill, if that's the right word to use. I may be too old to use the word chill, but I'm going to use it anyway. Do you feel that way when you're on the field?
Yeah, I think for me, it's always been, I know people say this and it sounds cheesy, but don't let the highs be too high. Don't let the lows be too low. You're making plays. It's great and all, and you can celebrate. But at the same time, like, the other team's going to get the ball. They can go down and score, and you got to go do it again. So it's like always having the state of mind of be ready to go do it again. But do what it takes, man. If you got to, score and celebrate a little bit to get the guys to feed off that energy, so be it. Like, let's do it. And I don't know. I feel like that's sort of just how I look at it. So
now that you're breaking out the dance moves after the touchdowns, do you feel like you have to come up with more, or do you just use the ones that you've used in the past, like dust them off like a catchphrase?
I'm not really sure. Guys have talked about, maybe doing something new, but also they love the whole Dougie thing. So it's just one of those things in the moment, man. All I care about is scoring touchdowns. And if you dance and have fun, who cares what kind of dance it is? So we'll just go score.
And Brock, really, the all of your plays against the Bears, the 2 touchdown runs were great, but that touchdown, but we were in the studio and we saw it and we're like, holy shit. And show the replay now. We can't believe what we saw at the time. So it was fun to watch, and we can't wait to see. It's a shame that 2 high-end contenders have to cancel each other out. Somebody's winning, somebody's losing, obviously, between the 49ers and the Eagles, but we wish you all the best. Give us one last plug as to where people can find out more about the Toyota contest that's coming up this weekend.
Yeah, you can go to toyota.com/NFL, click on Toyota Game Day Giveaways, and have your chance to go win one of my favorite Toyota cars, the Sequoia. So if you predict the second half plays, so good luck.
Brock, again, congratulations on your success. It's always great to see a story like yours where you come in where you did and you make the most of it. And like you said before, it doesn't matter how you got here. You're here. Thanks for some of your time, and all the best this weekend.
Yes, sir. Thanks, Mike.
Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.